So when I was in my 20s, a long time ago, living alone for the first time and going to law school, I thought that everything had to be perfect. My apartment was immaculate. If someone moved anything 1 inch, I could tell. I paid my bills on time and filed them in reverse chronological order, sorted by dates. Yeah, that was me. And even my spices were in alphabetical order. For those who know me now, they think I'm lying, but that's okay. All right, fast forward 20 years, one wonderful husband, 3 daughters who are teenagers, 3 jobs, 3 houses, 2 dogs, several miscellaneous pets, including, I don't know, gerbils, hamsters, parakeets, etc. The most important thing that I have learned, which is my pearl to you, and I am quoting Elizabeth Gilbert, is embrace the glorious mess that you are. For a long time, I fought against that mess. I tried to keep things physically, emotionally, metaphorically neat and tidy. And yes, I know you're thinking, good luck. Well, it took me a while to get there. In Yiddish and Hebrew, the word for mess is balagan. Very good. So Yiddish borrowed it from the Slavic languages, which borrowed it from the Persian languages, which you can then say at your next cocktail party. However, nowadays, balagan is generally used to describe a state of chaos, disarray, and confusion. However, it was originally the name for a show booth or a tent, the wagon that carried puppet shows. It really became anything that was wild, disorganized, crazy, chaotic, kind of like the English word circus. So here's the thing. Who doesn't like the circus? I mean, it's been a while, I know, but still. So besides the clowns, which are a little scary, there are feats that defy imagination. There is magic. There are shows of strength beyond measure. But think about how your stomach feels when you're in the circus, right? I mean, even if you're older, you enjoy the circus, you love the circus, you have this visceral feeling of being at the circus. But we use it as something negative. But what if we turn that on its head and said the circus is actually something that we historically love because of how intensely it makes us feel? It's taken me nearly all of the past 20 years, and especially the last 2 years, to accept and in fact embrace the notion that life is, well, a complete and total balagan. But messy is beautiful. Messy is where the good stuff is. Messy is where real things happen. Messy is where you can feel joy and pain all at the same time. And messy is actually what makes sense. And here's a segue. In my professional life, everyone asks me how I spend all my day working with boards and board members of Jewish organizations. My response to that, and it's getting harder and harder, is the messier, the better. In my personal life, everyone asks me and my husband how it is parenting 3 teenage daughters who are now cowering in the corner. But my response to that is now, messier, the better is not going to be the response. But there's definitely not much that we can control as it relates to that. But as long as they know we love them unconditionally, that's all that matters. So I think we as women, we all struggle with the vision of what we should be, how we should show up, and how other people perceive us. So here is my pearl to you. None of that actually matters. So what I can tell you now is that my house is a complete and total disaster. Just ask my mother. I have absolutely no idea where anything is. I think my bills get paid because they don't get shut off. I literally wait, and they're not shut off. I figure they're paid. If my kids want their laundry done, they have to do it themselves. And while I probably have 5 jars of bay leaves somewhere, and they're definitely not in alphabetical order, but here's the thing. The things that actually do matter to me are chaotic, complicated, totally and completely irrational, but they are beautiful, and they are mine.